Alright, Cummins, turbo diesel, we're going to get a lesson today. The Cummins, it only lasts 750,000 miles is because the oil gets bypassed past the factory filter, so they got this aftermarket setup with a couple of nice welded brackets, and it takes oil off the original filter.
All the oil that's not being cleaned by the first pass of the original filter
Right.
gets pumped through this filter.
And this is a kit made for Cummins of every year.
They do make kits. This is my setup.
Oh, you made this?
I built all this.
Oh, really? You didn't buy this out of a catalog?
No. I had all the hoses made. I bought all the fittings. And
instead of buying it from a catalog with a crazy overpriced.
Went and got some plate, welded everything
quarter-inch plate. Oh,
just bought a bracket from Wix.
Just an oil filter bracket.
Yeah, the right thread size for this particular filter. These are special filters.
I just presumed you saw it in the catalog, so they gotta have that for 250 bucks. You made this yourself, and you know that they return it to the valve cover? They just dump it back?
That's one of the places you can return it to, or you can drill a hole in the oil pan and make a return into the oil pan. But
where'd you get that cap from, that fancy?
It's a Dodge Neon billet aluminum. I drilled it and tapped it. And
a Dodge Neon cap on a Cummins.
It's a thread size that fits it. You can't buy a billet aluminum cap for a...
So how'd you discover that this thing, Dodge Neon, fits? Online?
Oh, I went to my computer parts catalogs and I just looked at the original OEM cap numbers and matched.
No. Oh, of course, because you got to have a replacement cap, and you found out that the Dodge Neon fits.
Dodge Neon cap was the same part number as the Cummins cap.
I thought you might have seen it.
But you couldn't find it aftermarket billet aluminum cap listed for
That's great. I love it.
3/4 ton Dodge, but they did make them for the Neons because they tricked the Neons out. So
yeah, they've had them for years and years.
So I bought a billet aluminum cap.
A billet aluminum cap for 20 bucks.
Drilled it and tapped it, and then I went up and had Clark make all my fittings. I mean, all my hoses.
That makes me think of the Corvair has an oil filter, an external filter, like a Buick kind of, sort of. And people drill the bolt and put an oil pressure gauge in the bolt that holds on the oil filter.
Right.
Just same idea as this. Just to get oil pressure without having to have any hoses or anything. That's the return.
I made a 90 instead of a straight down, and
it's like a dishwasher fitting. Off the dishwasher. I gotta put this on the Dodge Cummins for them. So it doesn't drip straight down, it runs at an angle.
Right, I didn't like it shooting straight down, it was too close to the injectors. It was shooting hot oil right on the injectors.
Oh, because the injectors are inside the valve cover to quiet down this motor. I understand. Very interesting.
So I've got it aimed so that it shoots just about back to here, and then lays
because it's under pressure, it doesn't just trickle in, it's under pressure.
It shoots the stream about this far.
So you had it off into a pail just to see what would happen?
Yep.
And it comes off of, the top of the oil filter is right there. And there was a tap that was plugged.
1/8 inch plug, stuck it out.
So where'd you have the idea? Or was it just something you read and you modified or thought of it?
No. Yeah, I read it on the Cummins forums.
But you didn't want to go with the aftermarket one.
But I didn't want to buy the filter kit that they offered. It was over 200 bucks.
Well, of course. You got to pay for
I buy it? I can make it.
Wow, I love it. I'll have you work on my junk sometime. So here's a story on the filter. The Hastings are an in-stock refrigeration.
Well,
filter.
They use them. They're listed for carrier refrigeration units.
The original air conditioning company used to be in Syracuse.
That are running on the back of the trucks.
Which run 24/7.
They must have these filters on there somewhere.
This little hole, actually, if you notice, this little hole is an insert.
Yeah,
it's
probably
a threaded insert. Yep. It's a threaded insert with a little hole, so you're only filtering a small amount.
Some guys made their own restrictors with pipe and whatnot.
But you buy it ready to go. And the Royal Purple.
That's my next oil change. I'm going a Royal Purple and a Hastings.
Because you found that their shear strength and their heat resistance was the best on the Royal Purple oil. Huh. Live and learn. I've only got some Royal Purple oil because I bought it. They were liquidating it, and I bought some. Cool beans.